I hit 'em with the boots in July. I don't.
Fashion is a phenomenon that moves the world. We can find it everywhere, in magazines, stores, and in big and small businesses, from big cities to small ones, and right off the runway to the streets. It is a movement that we follow for the simple idea of being accepted in our society. And as it is constantly changing, it's pretty hard to keep up with it. New York City, the nucleus of all fashion movements, has not only got the best stores when it comes to trend, but it also hosts some of the biggest runway shows in the world during New York Fashion Week. Have you ever walked into a store and asked where an item comes from? This is where fast fashion comes in handy. Big stores such as Zara, Forever 21, and H&M used fast fashion not only because it is cheaper, but because it demands customers to come in for more articles of clothing. What they don't realize is that as their companies grow, they are not only destroying their environment, but they are taking away many opportunities for women. Fashion comes in as the second most contaminating industry, only after oil. Landfills have started to flood. In the US alone, 13 trillion items of clothes get disposed every year. It takes them over 200 years to decompose, leaving behind toxic chemicals in the soil. In proportion, it is a football field filled with 16.5 feet of clothes. The contaminated soil has become mortal to the people that inhabit the area nearby, causing them terminal diseases that eventually lead to death. Apart from that, countries that are massive cotton producers, such as China and India, are presenting water shortages. And taking a look at the estimate, by the year 2030, water consumption will go up by 50%. They will have to decide between cotton production or clean water. Cotton has also become genetically modified in order to reduce the amount of pesticide, but instead of keeping it organic, it's becoming synthetic. This is not only affecting as the price of the seeds have gone up, but also affects nearby population by creating birth defects that lead to mental and physical disabilities, as well as an increase in the cancer rate in the area. 2,500 farmers in the last 15 years have committed suicide due to unbearable debt. When it comes to the producers of this clothing, things are going terribly too. Due to fast fashion, a young generation of women are trapped in poverty. 75 million are fabricating clothes. 80% of that is made up of women in the age range of 18 to 24 years old. A majority of them make $3 a day, gaining in 18 months what a high fashion CEO makes in a 20-minute lunch break. The conditions in which women work are deplorable. The factories are given the name sweatshops, which is very accurate to what happens inside them. In Dhaka, Bangladesh, an 8-story building called the Rana Plaza collapsed due to cracks in the infrastructure. Even though the workers told their employers about the damage, they were forced to go to work, which then caused the death of 1,134 people once the building collapsed. So, the real question now is, if fast fashion is so wrong, why do companies promote it? They do it because it benefits them greatly. As we said before, big companies rely on the customer's desire of new articles of clothes to wear, which is needed if it falls apart in one wash. Since fast fashion is cheap and it consists of the production of cheap articles of clothing, many big companies reach for it in order to improve their income and revenue. But in the end, it all comes to a price, and when resources is gone, fashion won't be the priority anymore.
Have I lost control? A voice says I might need my soul.